That was the worst way we could have done it. I don't think any of y'all understand what a clap sync is for. Devin gets it.
What do you sync? What do you synchronize?
What's up, everybody?
Okay, you see how there's two mics?
Mike.
Yeah.
Sync those audio tracks.
Guys are fucking idiots.
Okay. Go ahead, Tristan.
Welcome, everybody, to the latest episode of the Northern Delinquents podcast. We are back at it again in the basement. We got my man David to the front of me, and we got David, Davin, Gabe, and some other people behind me.
You didn't even fucking.
Yeah, you didn't
I'm
introduce
integral.
Joey, you're slowly.
I don't need you. You need me.
I mentioned-
What up? It's your boy Fraser Finley here on the
Welcome to
fucking
the Joey
mic.
podcast.
I mentioned
where we
your
only
name.
have Joey.
Pretty much.
You're just slowly getting edged out of this man. Remember last week he was like with my main man David, and then today he just said my name twice instead of ever saying yours. What's up, everybody? It's your boy David Loops.
Yeah, I bet it is. Bet they
Okay.
fucking caught that part.
Okay. That's my name 3 times now. Yours still at 0.
Okay, so we got a lot of people right now.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a very messy episode. Probably a lot of cuts. Probably a lot of me crying in the cutting room. We're gonna see how it goes, but
Shut up, we're trying to be professional. Nobody knows.
How are you going to be professional when David just said he's going to cry in the cutting room?
Anyway,
No,
we're
that's
gonna
what
start.
we're
in the cutting room.
That's professionalism.
Anyway, we're gonna start
Okay.
with a very controlled and not fucked up segment.
Joey, please continue.
It's called stories that we know that we had recently, and we're gonna tell you.
we gotta think of a better name.
We will.
One
Alright.
So am I just gonna start? 'Cause I
Yeah,
got
go
some
for
good
it.
ones.
Go ahead. Oh, you didn't even introduce the segment. This is where we go around. We're gonna try and say the most interesting things that happened to us this week.
No, we gotta say it together.
Yeah, we gotta say it in sync.
Oh, okay, fine. Everybody, 3, 2, 1. The
Orgasm.
most interesting thing that happened this week.
See, we didn't even agree on the title yet. I don't know why we tried
That's
that.
the title.
Okay,
We
I
already
thought
got
you
it.
meant the most interesting in general. I just said
So I was at work. I work at a bookstore. It's a student place. It's a real fun job. We pretty much get to sit around and do fuck all. But this day,
He looks like
me and my other coworker Marie had to go outside and shovel. And if you don't know anything about downtown Ottawa, the only thing you have to know is that it's a fucking weird place. Okay, it's pretty much one giant fever dream formed up into a city. I'm outside. Me and Marie have got the single shovel between us.
Ooh.
And
Oh, okay.
Marie and I.
But who is this?
Oh my
Oh
god, you
my
fucking
God.
grammar Nazi.
okay,
on.
so Maria's shoveling, and this dude comes up and he looks at Marie and he's just staring at us for like 20 seconds, doesn't say anything, which is weird because people don't stop moving on the sidewalk downtown. But this dude was just grilling us both. And then he looked at Marie and he was just like, "You know how to shovel?" Not, like,
You know how to shovel?
Like he was surprised that a woman knew how to use a shovel. It's like this isn't dinner. You know how to shovel? So she looks at him and she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I could teach you how to shovel." And she's like, "I'm good, dude. I already know how to shovel. It's pretty simple." And then he's like, "I could teach you how to shovel. I'm a teacher." So after that, I was like, "All right, Marie, give me the fucking shovel. Go inside." So she went inside because I thought he was like being fucking creepy and trying to hit on her. So she goes inside. I start shoveling, and then like 10 seconds later, he's still there, and he just looks at me and he says, "You know how to shovel?" And I realized that he wasn't trying to hit on anybody. He just really wanted to teach people how to shovel. And I was like, "Yeah, I do. I know how to shovel." He's like, "I could teach you how to shovel real good." And I was like, "Okay." He's either fucking on something super hallucinogenic, or he's bisexual and he's hitting on both of us.
That's what I was about to say, man.
I'm
you
flattered.
didn't
but
consider that he
I
might
know
be trying to fuck you out.
how to shovel. Okay, so he asks
It's
like
a
3 more
pickup line,
times.
Joey.
Well, it was a bad fucking opener.
Supposed to let him put his arms around you and teach you the shovel movements.
Do like
you
the
know?
fucing ghost scene, except he's getting me to shovel.
And you're not dead.
Yeah, I bet he fucking knows how to scoop up some white powder. But anyway, So that dude was fucking weird. He kept on asking me if I knew how to shovel and if he could teach me how to shovel until I was finished. And then I went inside and I never saw him again.
Okay. So my manager at work, I work in a restaurant, okay? And my manager at work came up to me.
Let everybody how old you are.
What?
Let everyone know how old you
I'm
are.
fucking 17.
Yeah, he's 17. He works in a restaurant. Look at this fucking dude.
You can't see
This
it, but we're all putting up.
Shut.
He's got his fucking chains on. Looks like a
Tristan?
ghost.
I'm gonna punch that mic into your mouth.
Quotation marks around restaurant.
It's crazy, man. I never thought Tristan was gonna be my biggest problem editing, but here we are, sitting here right now.
New things happen
It's because
every
he has
day.
sugar in his system, man. It's the gummy bear. He's getting all hyper.
Unless Davin literally shits his pants in the next 20 minutes, I think Tristan's winning today.
Hey, man, some people
Look,
pay
you
good
got
money
a
to
whip
get
You know
on
what,
all
David?
the
David,
gains.
David, that's a good entry point into my story about work.
Okay.
My manager comes up to me. He's like, "Oh my god, dude, I had the worst fucking night. I got home from work. I was tired as shit. I spent the next 12 hours on the fucking shitter, just aggressively shitting." My
The
manager.
next 12
Shit's
hours.
aggressive.
My manager. Okay. Because he gets off work at like 7. Okay, gets home around 7:30, 8 o'clock, and he gets up at 8 o'clock. And he just tells me that he spent the last fucking 12 hours on the toilet just shitting aggressively. I don't know why I needed to know that.
Pissed.
But like he felt the need to tell me that he was shitting aggressively for 12 hours while talking to his dog and stoned out of his mind.
I mean, if that happened to me, I'd have to fucking tell somebody. I couldn't live with
Yeah,
that.
you can't keep that in.
Literally.
Double pun.
So he shitted for 12 hours and then like
He told me he spent the night on the fucking shitter.
God damn.
That's weird, man.
That's rough.
Yeah. And then another thing he told me that same day was he thought he was taking his dog out for a walk, and in the hallway he saw a fucking rabbit. At first, because he lives in an apartment building, right? At first he thought he was just too fucking stoned to that he was like imagining it, he was hallucinating, right? But then he goes back out, he's like, "Am I fucking way too high already?" And he checks, and there's just a fucking rabbit sitting in the hallway, in the middle of the hallway.
And then he shit on it.
God.
So my manager's girlfriend's a hermaphrodite.
Alright, listen, I got a story that's not about hermaphrodites, believe it or
Yeah,
not.
finally.
So, last week, we recorded this podcast, and then we were hanging out, a couple people went home, and me and Joey decided to go outside for a quick,
Oh my god, I forgot about
quick
that.
little smoke. And we had this, just a small bong. Joey doesn't smoke, so it's just me. And the way that we were standing outside, it was basically like my back was to the road, and Joey was facing the road, and we were both crouched down beside a huge snowbank. We're sitting there talking. We're having a good talk about life and whatnot, and then this dude pulls up in this black SUV. I turn back, and I see there's this little, like, computer thing in his car. I'm like, oh, it's a cab. That's his meter. I was about to turn around and be like, hey, man, that's not us. We're not the right person. Because the car's all black. But then, I hear it. He rolls down the window and says,
Hold up.
What are you boys doing tonight?
You be the cop. I'm gonna be me.
And he's like, what are you boys doing tonight?
We're just trying to get away from the cold.
Oh, just trying to get out of the cold? You guys live here?
Oh yeah, we live right there.
Oh, okay, well, you guys have a good night then.
Is that it?
That's it, man.
And then-
He peels off, but I didn't realize he was a cop, and I was holding a bong in my hand, and we were talking about, like, if I was facing the other direction, he would have caught us. If
I fucking stuttered too much, he'd have been like,
got one thing to
come
say.
to the window.
if either of us weren't white, then he also would have caught us. It was
Yeah.
crazy, man.
If I was there, y'all would have been fucked.
Oh yeah.
It was interesting,
Dude,
because
if
it was
Tristan
just
was
like...
there,
It was like not a big deal.
no, because Tristan, he would have been like, "What are you boys doing?" Tristan would just be like, "Taking a piss."
With
your pants
you gonna
on?
search my bag?
No, y'all don't get that, but that
Yeah,
happened with
actually,
her.
This is perfectly legal, man. Chill
Real
out.
quick, I'm gonna tell that story after we're done here. But essentially, if anything other than exactly what had happened, we would have been in that fucking cop car. Because we didn't
No.
realize the full gravity of the
I
situation.
don't think we would not have been in the cop car. We're both underage, but I didn't have the actual bag on me. All I had was the grinder with weed in it on me.
Nice.
So he probably would have took my shit, told us to go back inside, and we would have been cool. But at the same time, it's like, that's my shit. I'm kind of happy we held on to it.
That was crazy.
I'm happy I don't get any names in any records, and it's all good. But it was just an interesting moment. It happened right after this.
What I was referencing with the Tristan thing, this one time, me, Tristan, and this guy JD, I'm pretty sure
Damn
we
it,
talked
shut the
about him on the
fuck
podcast.
up, bro. What are you doing? You're just comparing hand sizes.
You got a problem with our
You got a
hand
problem with
sizes,
that?
dude?
You can do it
I'm
in
sorry
silence.
you got small hands,
You don't-
Dave.
Oh, really?
I'm
Whoa,
sorry.
Put your
you got
hand
small
out,
hands.
bitch.
Guys, relax. God damn.
Just
David
for
got to
the
whip out the dad slap.
for the record, my hands were bigger than Davin's.
So,
Okay.
David's a quarter black.
So-
He's got blue.
Yeah.
this one time, me, Tristan, and JD were scoping around in the winter looking for a fucking tower to climb. I'm pretty sure we talked about JD before on the podcast, so you know what he's about.
The
But
name's censored. They don't know who he is.
okay,
No, I didn't
Fucking-
censor any of those names. It's
Oh.
2 letters.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't Valium mixed skirt. Okay.
So
So we're going around and we're scoping out this tower because we want to climb it and take pictures. And
Yeah, take pictures.
Tristan's all up. He's like past the fucking curb up to this fence
Whoa,
where it
whoa,
is,
whoa,
and he's looking around, and a cop pulls up. Shut.
see, this is what I'm talking about, Devin.
speak.
How did you just
Okay.
turn into a crackhead, man? You
Okay,
saw me in a
okay.
vape and you just started yelling, nicotine,
Okay,
So
Tristan-
my blood.
Tristan is up close to the fence where we're like past the curb. It's obvious that we're doing something sketchy, and a cop pulls up and he's like, "What are you boys doing?" The fucking classic line, right? Tristan could have said anything. He could have been like, "Oh, I dropped my phone. I'm looking for it. One of my buddies fucking threw my iPod Touch in the snow. I'm trying to get it." Or like, "I'm just trying to wash my boots off. I stepped in some shit." Anything. He turns to the cop and he just says, "Oh, I'm just pissing." And the cop, that is also illegal, first of all. So he's like, you can't be doing that. And Tristan was like, "Yeah, I know." Like, so many turns you took for the worst that night. And after eventually the cop
I
peeled
was on
off,
drugs, so
he was you
can't
were.
really blame me.
You were high as fuck. But after the cop like thoroughly waved his finger at Tristan's dick, he peels off.
That's your shot.
And then me and JD just grill the shit out of him for being stupid for the rest of the night.
Yeah, but in all honesty, the amount of luck I've had with that is ridiculous.
Oh, I'm just pissing. Is that a good one?
What?
That's a
I'm
terrible
just
one. You just admitted to a crime you're not even doing. That's the worst thing you can do.
You sound just like him.
A good excuse is like, "Oh, we're just hanging out." And if they ask more questions,
Okay,
then
but
you
wait,
give
wait,
more
wait,
answers.
Wait.
That's like a cop coming and like,
Wait.
"What are you doing?" You're like, "I don't have coke in my pocket."
That's not even.
right.
No. But wait. I'm gonna tell a story. That's gonna like disprove JD on the whether he's doing the responsible thing or not. And I think like 4 people that are here right now were in the car when this happened. I know Gabe was because he was freaking out. So this is what happened. So everybody listen up. Because this is what happened. So around 8 o'clock, I get a call. And we're going to a party. And I'm like, alright. So me and Joey get picked up. We pick up Gabe.
Hey, who's time, Tristan?
You disrespect my name, Tristan? I see how it is.
Fuck.
So we pick up Gabe. And we pick up Joey. And we pick
How
up,
it is.
some other people. And we're in the Soothe. And we're skirting to this fucking party. And as soon as we turn the fucking corner, we see at least 80 people, and I'm not even exaggerating this. There's about 80 people running towards us. We see 3 SUVs, and this is when they look like fucking SWAT cars. And they're driving towards us very slowly. So we fucking back up, and JD like spins the car around and drives back. And we get out, and we're hanging out and whatever, and people are chilling. There's at least 80 fucking ratchet people
Oh my god.
hanging out around a park.
Yeah.
And then and I'm not even joking, we probably fit at least 8 people in this fucking car. in this SUV, and we drop them off at the Toys R
Hold on,
Us.
whoa. First, I can't remember exactly what JD backed into when we were trying to get out because we were surrounded by people. It's like that fucking scene. What's that movie?
The
World
Purge.
War Z.
Yeah.
When he's trying to like
A bunch of
move
zombies
through
are running
people.
at us and shit. Yeah.
I like that.
So he backs up. I think he hit somebody's fucking mailbox. He backs up and he crunches into this mailbox. There's two people in the back seat who get fucking or in the trunk,
Yeah.
like area of the
No,
SUV.
because there's two in the front. Cause I'm in the passenger seat. There's
two in the
three
front,
back. There's
three in the back,
behind
three
them,
behind
and then there's
that.
like three behind them.
Yeah, and
We
he
have,
fucking
like,
backed
12
up
people in
into
the truck.
he backed up into this fucking mailbox, and the three in the back just got rocked because he was fucking speeding out of there.
No,
Anyway,
but
so we keep going.
so this is what happens. So anyways, they're dropping people off at Toys R Us, and now it's just me, Gabe, Joey. And we're in the right now. Okay,
He got really fucked.
we get it. So we're driving back. We're on Princess Louise. This is where it gets fucking crazy. We're going about 120 kilometers.
Keep in mind, this is a 2-lane and there's cars parked.
There's a 2-lane. It's a residential street, and we're speeding. We're fucking going. And GD's on like fucking 2 Valiums right now.
Nobody knew that.
He's
either.
off of fucking couple lines of coke back at the house. I'm off of like a brownie that I had and fucking a couple joints. So I just turn around at Joey and I'm like, seatbelt. I was like, I made this motion. I was like, this.
And I fucking put my seatbelt on because I looked at Tristan and I immediately knew that we were in a fucking dangerous
And
situation.
we start to do that turn where the back tires
Can I
start
cut
to...
you off for just a
I'm
sec?
sure smacking his.
Danger zone!
I'm sorry, continue.
Way to ruin the story, Mike.
Right. Anyway, so listen. So we're turning, and the cars start to do that thing where the back tires start to skip.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing it, and I hear it, and I'm like, I'm going to be fucking dead tonight. I'm like, tonight's not going to be good. So we get out, and he makes the sharpest left turn on his street. He just stops, and I get out. And we get our weed, we get our shit, and we get out. And we get to the falls, and that's when we start smoking, whatever.
Yes.
And he takes a hit of that pipe. And I don't know what I think it was OG. I think it was OG that we had. And he takes like one hit of that, and he's standing up the falls, and he's like, I saw death, guys. I was like,
Oh my
God. He's like, weed's not for me. And I was like, no, the fucking
my
Valium
God.
isn't for
The
you.
Valium and the Coke and
I
the weed
saw
and the
it.
Molly and
Cause-
all that isn't for you.
Because we're waiting in the Sir Will parking lot, and he's like, not here, I wonder where he is. Because he was buying Valium off your brother at the
Yeah.
fucking school.
It was a fun
God
time.
damn.
Your brother's a fucking character.
My brother's a
Dude,
crackhead.
grade 11 was like Breaking Bad and
Oh my
like
God.
fucking this mixed
Yeah.
together. Like it was fuck.
Some
We're doing drugs, we're getting fucking rides, we're going
Climbing
downtown,
and
climbing
shrooms.
things, we're robbing people.
that's the funny thing. It was like summer of 2016, hanging out with
I'm ready.
lighting off fireworks and sparklers and playing cards in the woods, right? Everybody's fucking kissing the same girl. And then,
We're supposed to tell them.
2017,
Now I gotta censor her names, huh?
2017, we're like, JD's on Valium, we're gonna fucking crash, we're trespassing on rooftops, Tristan's got coke, what are we
Mailboxes are
doing?
dying.
Oh,
Alright.
shit.
Can we
Alright.
describe the scene of when we actually pulled up to the party? When we turned that
Oh my
corner onto the
God.
street, it looked like
Like-
fucking World War Z.
It was like
Yeah.
80
People were like climbing on the
running out
car.
of-
We backed into someone's like for sale sign.
Guys.
Yeah, it was a for sale.
Yes.
We started driving away. It was getting like, I was like freaking out. We were
guys,
like,
guys,
Oh my
what?
god, guys, my dick hurts.
Oh, my balls!
I'm
My
so
lesbian
gay,
dick.
you guys,
Oh,
I can't
God.
die.
Okay, guys, I think I was probably at that party. What time of year was it?
It was like her dad was like Jamaican.
Her name was Ocean. It was like
It was-
Jamaican
that
dad.
doesn't answer. What's her
No, I'm
You're
sorry.
the one.
No drugs. No drugs in the front door.
David, it was hot nights summer. Okay, it was fucking
Okay.
hot.
No,
Oh,
was it
summertime.
summer?
I see.
It was summer.
Was it?
It was like August.
Oh, maybe I was just cold because drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Can I just
Make your
have
soul
two quick
chilly.
asides to that story? The first one is Tristan. I didn't listen to any of it. And the second is everyone except Mike owes me a drink the next time we hang out.
Why?
Nice, though.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because the whole time you're telling that story, I was watching people pass around the ball, and I was like, "Oh, that's a full liter now." But Mike's hosting us,
Okay.
so we're good, Mike.
More shit soon, don't worry.
I'll go to Captain
I
Martin.
didn't
I'll
get
go to
mentioned.
LC and get Captain Martin whiskey.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
getting stocked. I'm
We're
getting
good, Mike, bro.
Yeah. And Davin, as for you,
got you, dude.
I
It
appreciate
sound
your
like
line.
Mississippi sippy cup. Baby turn Bibby up. Henny invented the catalyst for happiness in my cup. This sound like kiddies on the playground. Mama was running up. Ooh, you about to get your ass beat. This sound like niggas complaining when they bitches like.
Let's try it
Do
again.
that.
Let's try it again. Try it again.
Shut up.
Just start it over. It's okay. Just try it again.
Okay, guys, so this is what's gonna happen. So we've got some new topics that I've got. And basically, I have to pass this over to David and Joey because I feel like these people are affected the most right now.
Okay.
How does it feel to be done high school? And do you miss anything from high school that you would have liked to
David,
bring back
this is
your
all you, baby.
grade
That's
level
all
lives?
you.
I do miss high school. Finishing high school was the worst decision of my life, maybe.
Yeah, we should have gone to Norman. Fuck.
I know.
Should have failed my last
Tristan,
year.
Done what I did.
Shout out
No,
to
you should have
Norman.
fucking pulled an Xavier
Shut
and
up,
just
don't
stuck
feel good
around
about
for
yourself.
4
You're
years and
finishing
knocking
school.
on teens.
Yeah, eventually.
Norman,
Yeah, you were.
Norman's the new Sir Will, and I can't believe I didn't get to go see that.
Uh,
I went to college.
Yeah, but you're in college now.
Yeah, I fucking hate college, man. College sucks. You have to actually do work.
I
That's the
love
thing.
college.
So a lot of
Hey.
stuff I miss about high school. High school's fun because you got to see like all your homies every day, but then also you got to see everyone you didn't like every day,
Yeah.
and you could fuck with them constantly. That was the sick part. I loved just like skipping classes and like shit talking teachers. I've lost all of it, man. I don't feel like a young person
Yes,
anymore.
intact photos. Good. You saw them on my drive.
I feel like a young man who's starting out being an adult, and I hate it. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't see my friends as much. I don't have as much fun.
David's got wrinkles, guys.
Man, you know how a lot of people talk about peaking in high school? It's becoming glaringly obvious to me that I did peak in high school, and I'm never gonna do better.
Rip.
So, instead, I will devote myself to alcoholism and live a happier life.
And
All right,
thanks for
Johnny, go
listening
ahead.
to the Northern Delinquents podcast. That was my friend David, and Joey, and Davin, and Gabe, and Michael, and yourself, T Squared. It has been another episode of the Northern Delinquents podcast. The contest is still going on, guys. Please stay tuned for listening. I know we haven't been uploading because my internet speed has been shitty, and David's been hitting me, and it's not very nice of him. But
Stop
we're still
hitting
gonna,
Tristan, David.
yeah, but we're still
Petition to
gonna
make David stop hitting Tristan.
But we're still
Change
gonna
it
give
over
him
in
a
the
pass.
description.
We're still gonna give him a pass. But please stay tuned, and we still will have an upload on the 9th of February. Thank you for listening. It has been your boys from the basements.
You guys don't need to clap at the end. What do you do?
Yay! It's another
That's a
podcast!
wrap, everybody.
Thank you very much for listening, everybody. We'll have another podcast sometime soon. Do not state the date because I can guarantee you that it's going to be weeks behind. Have a very good night, everybody. And don't take the 94 at night. David, hit that fucking ASMR.
I've been David Loops, hitting hoops. See you later.